there was a breach at the Dulce facility by a scientific contingent who had discovered that Greys who are there at the facility, these are not aliens, these are Greys that were created by some other group here on Earth. So these Greys essentially have been there for over 25,000 years. These Greys were conducting some type of, human abduction, and the scientific contingent had discovered that. They breached the level of this facility that they were not supposed to, and it set off an engagement between the Greys and the military there in the facility. A lot of people ended up dying. 22 people were unaccounted for. The colonel arrived at a time when a demilitarized zone had been set up at Dulce. Because of his clearance level, he had access to the archaeological tablets that had been electronically categorized and archived, personnel records. So he learned quite a bit about the facility and the facility's history. They've been described as cybernetic organisms or a combination. I think more of a combination. What happened was they are descendants of progenitors. According to the Grey archaeological tablets, they were placed there by a progenitor race. The progenitor race today represents the modern-day Illuminati bloodline. They created the Greys.
Humans? These progenitors were humans on this planet?
They were not humans originally. They were extraterrestrials. Yet over time, they had to interbreed with humans to continue living on this planet. In fact, the progenitors are descendants of the Anunnaki. So they created the Greys to serve them to control the human slave population, the earliest vestiges of humanity, which had also been genetically altered. Over time, as the progenitors began to interbreed with humans, the need for the Greys diminished. In fact, they became a threat to the progenitors, so they infected them with a virus, they relocated them, and they hoped that they would die off, but they didn't. And in 1938, the U.S. government had encountered them accidentally. In fact, there's a recorded event that the cavalry actually encountered them first, much earlier. But the Greys were violent because they did not want to be discovered, they did not want to be interacted with. In 1938 Muroc expedition, this is a group of soldiers with various types of specializations out of Muroc, Arkansas. That's what it's called at the time, the Air Force Base. When they happened upon this cavern on the Mesa, on the Archibald Mesa, they had found that there were signs of an engagement that had happened between Apache warriors and the Greys. There was actually dead bodies everywhere when they first initially entered the facility. There was technology they had encountered. There was rooms filled with these Grey archaeological tablets. There were metal sheets that had precision-like, writing on them. These were tablets which held this advanced style that would closely resemble Akkadian cuneiform.
Okay.
Yeah, they were violent at first. The Greys have their own craft that they utilize for transport in and around the Four Corners area. So there are actually hangars that they have there that they themselves built. There's hangars that they themselves built, but which over time were retrofitted once the human contingent started working with the Greys there. So it's beyond anything we can imagine. It's beyond anything we can imagine. This is 25,000 years of a scientific contingent living in a subterranean habitat, doing nothing but continually enhancing their own genetic code and advancing their levels of technology. They are there right now. Matter of fact, I'm also aware that there is a contingent of these same Greys in Alice Springs in an underground facility called Pine Gap in Australia. And what most people don't know is that in the 1990s, AFOSI over at Kirtland Air Force Base, DSD-3 right there in Dulce, has been infiltrated by a group, an Illuminati-led group, which started enacting and propagating types of programs. We're talking about conventional weapons development, bioagent experimentation and analysis, genetic experimentation. They are indeed working with the government. As a matter of fact, the majority of the work that goes on there in Dulce is happening under the guise of the General Services Administration. For instance, they're working with various
Apache reservation in Dulce, New Mexico. And supposedly, it's a research facility. It's a research facility where on top levels, American scientists are doing research on alien material, including alien biology and physiology. As you go down into the lower levels, there are Earthling scientists, Terran scientists, our guys, and alien scientists doing work on all kinds of hybridization of humans and aliens. And at the very bottom levels, where human beings aren't allowed, it is only the aliens doing the research. And we interviewed John Lear, who, the story of Dulce first came out many, many years ago, when this person who was a security guard at Dulce called Thomas Castellano just broke away, left, ran away, and supposedly he took some photos. And he contacted various people, including members of the Jicarilla Apache tribe. And he was given a safe house by the Jicarilla Apache. I spoke to someone who actually gave him a safe house. And he left his photos in a secret location. John Lear, who is from Las Vegas, is very famous because of the Bob Lazar case, saw the photos, and John Lear had sketches of the photos of human body parts floating in vats of some strange liquid, human beings in kind of beakers and test tubes, embryonic human beings in beakers and test tubes, and it really is a chilling place. And supposedly Dulce is fed by these underground tunnels dug by these huge nuclear-powered drilling machines, literally melt the rock as they go through, and supposedly there is an actual channel all the way from Santa Monica Bay, from the Redondo Trench, all the way through the mountains, under the mountains, into Dulce, New Mexico, as well as into Area 51. And so there was actually a firefight between human beings and extraterrestrials underground. A number of American scientists were killed, bodies were taken out, and this story was told to Ken Storch by a member of the Apache tribal police who said he was there when all this happened. Now, when we were there, we met Gabe Valdez, who was a retired New Mexico state trooper, whose theory was that there were no aliens at the base. There were terrible, terrible things going on underneath the Archuleta Mesa that the Apache themselves were victimized by. And of course, people have seen UFOs and all kinds of strange anomalies at the base. There are some great stories, but in this particular case, Gabe Valdez showed us a number of some photos. And one of the photos, which came from the womb of a mutilated cow that a state trooper had come across in his car while seeing a black helicopter hovering over it, was a cow's body with a human head attached to it. Clearly kind of a hybrid. Well, when we aired that photo on the show, and I got to tell you, getting a network to air that photo on the show was a challenge. But they did for a brief period of time. Nobody could explain it. And after that, Senators Lindsey Graham and Chuck Grassley and Mitch McConnell, very famous Mitch McConnell, who's now the minority leader, Mitch McConnell, all came forward and proposed an amendment to the federal the federal criminal statute, Title 18, which made it against the law to interbreed humans and animals. And we saw this huge light in the sky, literally over the forest. We went out to the forest, went to the very top of the mountain near a plateau with a huge lens, and this is the same lens we used to photograph Area 51, and lo and behold, there it was, a platform. I've never seen anything like it in my life. A platform hovering in the sky. And this was all told to us by this person called Colonel X. And so when I texted Nancy back at the office, we found it. We found the UFO. Literally, as soon as I hit the send button on my BlackBerry, immediately, within seconds, the lights on the object flickered and it went down below the horizon. Well, weeks later, I spoke to Bill Scott, another guest, right?
Yeah.
Space Force and Counter Space. I
Right.
spoke to Bill Scott from Aviation Week, and Bill Scott said, "Hey, you guys just found an Echelon surveillance platform." Or he said a surveillance platform. Somebody else told me that it was Echelon. A surveillance platform hovering over Las Vegas, same kind of thing we have over downtown Baghdad. They were able to pick up every single text, every single voicemail, every single email
Amazing.
from your cell phone and from a computer, and literally were able to spot your license plates when you guys left Jim Sanders' house. That's the only Colonel X that I know.
The fact that there's bio-aided experimentation and analysis taking place there, right where this huge population, well, not a huge population, but it's a concentrated population of people, and they're using ricin and anthrax and newly developed experimental toxins, which essentially account for the high level of cattle mutilation that take place there in Dulce and the surrounding Four Corner areas. When they found these mutilated cattle, they were coming upon, military-grade material like gas mask. They were finding these phosphorus materials on these mutilated cattle. One of the things he said to me was that if I were to ever come upon a mutilated cattle, to never touch the remains of that cattle, to let the experts handle it.
Yeah.
And, most people don't realize this, but right now, as I'm on the phone with you, the left side of my face and my shoulder is paralyzed.
Paralyzed? What happened to you?
Completely paralyzed. When I was up on the mesa, up atop the mesa, on the plateau, we had made a discovery. We found military-grade steel shipping containers for F-5 jet engines. Now, what the heck are those doing up in the middle of nowhere on the top of the mesa? It's actually warning me about releasing various pieces of information on an investigation that I'm conducting at the moment.
You mean beyond what you've written in UFO Highway?
Beyond. It's called Project Leonid, and it's related to Dulce. But they're warning me to not release this information. I know that there's conventional weapons development using plasma and nuclear technology. There's a connection to the Cabazon Wackenhut underground facility where I have, this data that points to plasma weapons being developed over there as well. I already know that this bioagent experimentation and analysis, that accounts for the high level of cattle mutilations. There's genetic experimentation, which accounts for the abductions of people in the area. And most recently, I discovered a company who was using a retrofitted 1960s era underground nuclear storage facility at Mount Archuleta. Not the Mesa, this is Mount Archuleta, which is westward. George, this company is headed by a very powerful woman who was recently awarded a Commander of the Order of the British Empire by the Queen of England for her service to nuclear and financial and banking service industry.
Sounds like an Illuminati deal.
This company recently adopted the Phoenix, a known Illuminati symbol, as their logo.
Interesting.
And what they do is they manufacture micronuclear reactors, exactly as described by the Colonel, who says that these are great technology designs used to power Dulce. And this company, they make no bones about the fact that they plan to sell these microreactors to militaries around the world. Their website shows the plans for this. And that program is happening under the Technology Commercialization Office over at LENL. And if you didn't know this, Norio Hayakawa, a fellow researcher friend of mine, has sent me some information that there is a list of mega millionaires in the township of Los Alamos who work under the Technology Commercialization Office. The reason why the Colonel came forward with this information is that there are people who are innocently being abducted and utilized for these genetic experiments. There's a huge Dr. Michael Sala even agrees that there is potential human rights violations